Welcome back. So today I'm going to be answering some questions. I've put a question box on my Instagram story and today we're going to answer them. I've got Oakley here in the background. I'm just going to groom him as we do it. I've got my questions on my phone and yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, question number one is how tall are you? I am quite tall. I am 178 centimeters, which is about 5'10", I think. All right, next question. Craziest but life-changing equestrian hack. I'm going to go with what's convenient right now is these gloves, which are also a brush. They make my life so much easier. Oakley loves it. You literally just like brush with your glove. It's like patting and brushing all in one. Favorite thing to do with your horses? Either just literally hanging out in the paddock. Sometimes I just put my camping chair in the middle of the paddock and just hang out with them. Otherwise, it's obviously going for a ride with Oakley following along behind us. How long have you been riding for? I've been riding for about 11 years now. Started when I'd been on a few odd trail rides over the years, maybe like once every 1 to 2 years, maybe 2 years. Sometimes there were longer breaks in between that. And then when I was about 21, I started riding with the people who actually bred both Willow and Oakley, and they taught me how to ride. And yeah, that was consistently when I was about 21, so from then on, and I'm now 32. Do you have horses at your house or at a barn? How often do you ride? I am so lucky now to have horses where I live. My house is just right there, probably about like 20 meters away. Their paddock is right here, my tack shed's right here. I have had them not Oakley. Oakley's always lived with me, except for when he was born, and for the first 6 months he lived where he was bred. And then Willow, I've had her at a few different agistment places, but then she's lived with me now for the majority of that time. What app do I use for my rides? I use Equilab. I've used it literally the whole time that I've been riding, so like 10, 11 years. It just, you start it when you go for a ride and you finish it when you're finished, and it says how many kilometers you've done, how much energy you've burnt, and it also shows how many minutes you've been in walk, trot and canter, which is good for me because a lot of people assume that I just canter and gallop everywhere, but the reality is that my cantering, if I go for an hour ride, I might canter for 2 minutes in total, which I think blows a few people's mind. Someone says, your horses seem so perfect. Do they actually have any vices or dislikes in general? Yes. We are all very, very, very far from perfect. We all have our little quirks. Each of them have definitely a reflection of me in everything they do as well. It's okay, it's a motorbike. He is a little bit spooky, which isn't a vice, it's just a quality that we work with. He also makes really ugly face all the time, if there's any food involved or anything, and it's something that I did not break as a habit when he was a foal because I didn't notice, and then now he's 5 years old and it's kind of just who he is, what he is. So I just, it is what it is. He doesn't mean anything mean by it. It's just something that I didn't quite nip in the butt, to be like, hey, don't make that face at me, that's ugly. So it is what it is. And Willow is she's a mare on a mission. She is quite a high-strung, stressy horse. She can get, can be so nice and relaxed when we're on a ride, especially by ourselves. But if we get in a group, she really gets elevated, and she can get so elevated that she loses it in her head and it's really hard to get her back. So we've been working on that for the last year or two, which is also another reason why I don't go to the beach a lot, because one beach in particular, she just, on the way back, just wants to gallop basically the whole time. We don't, so I get her to walk, but then she breaks into a trot, so I get her to walk, and then she breaks into a trot and I get her to walk. And I think it was a lot of head butting until she got to the point where she was just I just couldn't get through to her, so it was frustrating for both of us. So we've just kind of avoided it and been working on, finding a way. So I just basically bring her head around this way, bring her head around that way, back a few steps, and now she comes back to me now, which she didn't before. Which is just horses, they all have their little things, and she never used to do it, and then she started doing it, and it's probably to do with kissing spines, which she had 4 years ago, and we rehabbed, but I started to get very micromanaging because I thought everything I was doing was ruining her. So yeah, it's just been a long journey, as horses always are. You're always learning. Okay, next one is I commented on someone else's video that I use negative reinforcement. So for that, I actually commented that I use both negative and positive. So I do like clicker training, which is positive. So you're waiting for the animal to do, or you're waiting for the horse to do the thing that you want. So like if I'm smiling, like I'll wait for them to smile and then I'll reward the behavior. Whereas negative reinforcement is literally like, this is negative reinforcement. If I ask him to move his bum with pressure, that's me using negative reinforcement. So it's just a bit of like pressure and release I use, as well as positive reinforcement, which is, yeah, rewarding the behavior that they offer. How did you teach Willow to carry herself properly when she had kissing spine? Oh my gosh, this was such a learning curve for me. A lot of it was spending time on the ground and doing a lot of in-hand work, so she was able to understand lifting her body and moving correctly without having the added pressure of me on top trying to communicate those signals. I feel like for me, training a horse, I always want to have it really solid on the ground before I even jump on the saddle, so that when I'm in the saddle, it's really easy to translate that from what they've learned already on the ground. And they're just putting the cue for when I'm in the saddle. So they already have a really good understanding of it. Someone asked, do you get tired of doing stuff with your horses, only wanting to chill with a book and that's it? I do it all, I guess. Like, I love to read. I read a lot. So I'll like read on my couch and watch the horses, or I'll get my book and read in the paddock with them. Like, I never get sick of spending time with them, ever. And it's never a chore. It's always the first thing I want to do when I wake up in the morning is go feed them, spend time with them. Last thing I want to do in the day, as in I really do want to do, is spend time with them as well. Like, I want to end my day with them. I never get over them. They're my favorite things in the world, and I can never spend too much time with them. So some time has passed since this morning when I first took those videos with Oakley. We've now got Willow, but I'm going to give her a little massage while I answer some more questions. Okay, what are their favorite snacks? So for Willow, her favorite snack ever is licorice. She will do anything for licorice. It is her all-time favorite thing in the whole entire world. Oakley pretty much eats anything, but he's also, yeah, a bit of a like licorice obsessed kid as well. I mean, I don't blame him. I am too. It's pretty good. But he literally will eat anything. They also love watermelon. So's Belle. She loves it too. How do you keep them safe from things like ticks and leeches? So the reality is that you can't really prevent them. They're going to happen, especially on some of the trails that we go to. There's always going to be leeches. Not every trail, just some that are in the rainforest, and they just get leeches. We get leeches, Belle gets leeches, I get leeches, horses get leeches. And they're just a little bit itchy sometimes, but otherwise they come off and they just bleed a little bit because leeches, like their bite, put some anticoagulant in, which means that they do bleed a bit. But other than that, they're fine. Ticks, thankfully we don't have too many. I just try and keep the grass short, and I have Oakley's got his special rug, which Willow also has one too, which is Australia insect infused into the insect repellent, infused into the material itself. So it really helps, and it really helps with Oakley's itch as well. This is actually a question that I get so much. It's crazy. It's, do I ever need help on the property, and can people come and volunteer? And the answer is no. I mean, I really appreciate it, and I can see the desire to come and want to help, but literally it's just me and my two horses. I don't need help, and I don't want help either. Like, I love doing everything for the horses, and if someone else did it, then like that takes all the joy away from me. Like, they're my babies. I want to be the one looking after them. I want to make sure that they're good and happy and healthy, and I want to be with them all the time, and I don't want someone else doing it. I want to do it all. So yeah, and there's not enough, there's nothing to warrant someone else coming here and volunteering and working here. So please stop asking me. Okay, this is actually a really cute question. I often comment, you always find time to reply. Do you remember people who comment often? I mean, yes, it depends. But like, if some names really do become familiar, if they're like, people do comment a lot and I start to get a bit of recognition of them. Otherwise, there are still a lot of comments that are there, and I don't always. So I'm sorry if I don't, but I do try and reply and spend as much time like replying to messages and comments, because I know how it feels for someone that I've messaged to message back. So I like that too. I like creating like a community and having friends. So yeah, thanks. Okay. A very common question for someone living in Australia. Is it scary to live in a country where there are animals, lots of dangerous animals, for example, spiders? I mean, I don't know about you, but when I went to Canada last year, I was much more terrified of coming across a bear in the bush. Well, in the forest, mountains, whatever you call it. What do you call it over there? In the forest. Rather than like a little spider or a snake. It's so rare. Snakes are scared. They will generally move off and you won't see them. And then spiders, I mean, it's not that common that you're ever going to come across one that's actually venomous. And it's not that common that you actually, like, I feel like it's such a, people always think that you're going to see snakes and spiders every day, but you're not. That's the reality of it. But that's all right. I mean, I'd much rather them than come across like a mountain lion or something that can actually really, really hurt you. Even a moose would be terrifying. So, I mean, it's whatever we're used to, right? And what we grow up with. But for me, coming across a bear in the forest, no thank you. I'd rather come across a little spider. How do you deal with the negative comments and having a large audience? I was talking about this with someone not long ago, and basically what I think when I see a negative comment is that this person has probably, like, first of all, they're probably not following me. They've seen one video and they're judging me, my horses, my life off that maybe 10 seconds. And I just feel like that's not a reality. Like, they can have that thought, but I know that I love my horses. I wouldn't do anything bad to hurt them. And like, I know I'm giving them the best life that I can do. No one's perfect. People are always going to make mistakes. So expecting perfection is overrated. So basically I just ignore them. Sometimes I do comment back because it's really funny, just to kind of be like some people will comment something and I'll be like, why don't you read the caption, silly? Like, it's all there, the information that you're actually asking and commenting about and making funny, like, nasty things about. It's all like explained in the caption, but you know, people don't always read it. So it is what it is, and it's always going to happen. Like, but thankfully, like 90 something % of my comments are the most beautiful things ever. Just really nice, genuine people. So that makes it all worth it. This is actually a really good question as well. Why do you use boots instead of horseshoes? So for me, I have always thought that a horse is designed to be barefoot, right? Like, that's their natural hoof design. So why would I want to put something metal on their hooves? Which is just in itself causes so many things. I don't want to put nails in my horse's hooves. Like, that in itself is like a weakening point. I don't want to do that. So I want them to have natural barefoot hooves. And then to support that, well, you want it here, to support that barefoot life, when I go on a trail, like we would if we're going for a walk and it's really, really rocky, we're not going to go barefoot. We're going to put shoes on so that we can walk, run, and move over it much more comfortably. So that's what I do. I use hoof boots so that when I go on a trail where there is rocks, I can walk, trot, canter. They can be comfortable, and then when I finish the ride, I just take them off, and then they have healthy barefoot hooves, because that's the way nature intended. Thank you for joining me for this Q&A. Maybe I answered some of your questions. If you have any more, let me know, and I'll see you next time.